Okay, so it's been a week. Let's talk about it. It's been a week since my last video. It's been a week since the breakup, and it's been a week since I've been doing the Artist Way. So I guess I'm on week 1 of the Artist Way, which I'll kind of unpack later. But I want to talk about my week for a second. It has been such a this has been such a different week for me than what I've been experiencing these past few months, but it's been really rejuvenating, refreshing. I've been taking myself on a lot of walks lately. So it's something I've been saying I wanted to do for months. I want to get outside more and just go for like a 30-minute walk. I'm like, it's simple, easy, and I just never made the time for it. I'm like, I can't go. I was just going to cancel my gym membership. And then all of a sudden, this past week, I had all the energy to do it. I made the time to do it. So I went for walks in the morning. I went for walks during my break. I went for walks after work. I went to different parks. I went to my favorite park. So it was really nice. It was really peaceful. I saw a lot of sunsets. And one thing that I learned from those walks was really interesting, as like someone who never really went on walks, especially alone. And then like in the span of 1 week, going to like 4 or 5 different parks, in different times, and just kind of seeing how people are who are also on a walk. And I noticed that like one of the days, like probably like at the beginning of the week, I think the first time I went on a walk is because I was angry. I was like mad, angry, crying, and I was driving home, and I'm like, you know what? No, like, I'm not gonna go home like this. Like I need to let this out. I need to walk it out, right? So I went to Espada Park, and I was walking, and I think it was in the morning, and I was just pretty like angry, just pretty like pissed off. So I was walking with like my mad face, my headphones on, just kind of, I don't even know if I had headphones on. I don't think I did. But I was just kind of walking like head down, whatever. Um, and it's hard to stay in that energy when old people pass you by and they give you a big smile and they're like, good morning, because I'm not a mean person. So I'm like, I can be like this, and then I see that, and I'm like, hi, good morning. And then back to back, I think multiple people. So immediately, like, my bad mood went away in like 5 minutes. So that was a really like incredible realization that I had. And the more I kept doing it day after day, the more I noticed like the majority of people do that, especially in the mornings. And it's really nice. It's just, it's a really small way to brighten up your day, because I didn't notice how much it affected my mood to be forced to smile in a way. You're just giving kindness or exchanging a smile with a stranger, and just like, I don't know, instantly the day was better and happier. And on one of my walks, I went on a walk with one of my friends after breakfast. And we saw cows. I love cows. I love baby cows. The little baby was out. So like that was a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting to see cows on our walk. So that was really cute. I've been seeing a lot of baby cows in the morning. I kind of live in the country. So if I leave early enough or at a certain time, like I'll pass by a field of cows. So lately I've been pulling over and stopping, because I always said I was going to do that. I need to bring my camera, because I really want to paint them, but I just see so many, they give me so many beautiful scenes, like just in the field of flowers. I saw the baby cows laying down in the field of flowers under the tree. Like I want to paint them all day. They're so beautiful. So that's been making me really happy too. I have been doing a lot of self-reflection this week. It's interesting. Yeah, it's actually interesting. Last night I noticed something, or yesterday I noticed something. I hung out with one of my old coworkers who I hadn't seen since I quit my job in October. And she said something to me. I was kind of filling her in, life update, told her the story about the breakup, whatever, girl time, girl advice. But one thing she said to me that stuck with me, after she kind of finished hearing me talk, she said, you always give yourself really good advice, but you never follow it. Like, you know exactly what it is that you need to do, you just don't do it. And I'm like, yeah, because I finished off the story of like, yeah, but I know that this is like, I'm very self-aware of like, I know what I needs to be done. I know kind of went wrong. I know, and I've been knowing, I've always known, and it's just a weird thing of like, why don't I listen to myself? If I have the key to success, if I have the recipe of how to fix this problem, why am I still not doing it? And then I find myself repeating these patterns and cycles and asking myself, why am I still here? Why am I still in this position in my life? Um, Even though I'm also aware that I'm not doing anything to change it. So just so weird. So I kind of left her house. I hung out with her for a few hours. I left her house and I kind of stayed in my head. And then I started hearing the beginning of this poem that I wrote a year ago called Moonlit Dreams. And that one is essentially about the book that I'm writing is called Moonlit Dreams, and it's really just like my overall journey of what I'm doing and being an artist and who I am, almost like an autobiography, but told through poetry and paintings and short stories and journal entries. So in that poem, I was kind of asking myself, and I've written a few poems that kind of throw out Moonlit Dreams in there. But in this poem, I'm asking myself, like, tell me how to create these moonlit dreams. Like, tell me what to do, right? Like, tell me how to create these moonlit dreams. Will they all just spill out of me like my emotions when I can't control things? Which is really me, like that's one of the biggest problems I have, and I feel like that's partially of what ended my last relationship, of like a emotional reaction that I have. And so I know that regulating my emotions is something that I need to work on. And so the next line is, so it's like, will they all just will it all just spill out of me like my emotions when I can't control things? Maybe that's the seed planted at my feet. Emotional regulation, it starts with me. It starts with breathe. And then I forgot after that, right? So that's kind of what was repeating in my head while I'm driving home from my friend's house. And I'm like, man, what is the rest of the poem? What's the rest of the line? Why can't I remember it? So then I get home, right? And then I listen to it. I listen to the rest of the poem, and it throws me off because it stings a little bit. Like, it's exactly what I need to hear, exactly what I needed to see. So after the, like, it starts with emotional regulations, it starts with me, it starts with breathe, soft and slow, then exhale the blow. You don't even really need the smoke. You've been using it way too long to cope. Dang. Okay. You've been using it way too long to cope. If you really want to grow, it's time to let things go. Now, I know you know, but in your actions, it don't show. I'm telling you how to create these moonlit dreams. It's time you start listening to me. I watched that video and I was like, she's getting mad at me. Like, I'm like, bro, when did I even post this? And I had to like watch it on my Instagram because I posted it a while back. And it was like, I posted it like maybe February, March of last year, literally a year ago. So I'm like, damn, this is me a year ago. And I think I recorded it in my studio when I had my art studio. Now I don't have my studio anymore. But I recorded it and I'm like, what was I doing? Why am I still not listening? How am I here a year later still in this position of like, tell me what to do, tell me where it's at, tell me, you know what I mean? And then I'm listening to that and I'm literally watching myself tell myself of like, I'm telling you what to do. It's time you start listening to me. If you want to grow, you got to let this shit go. Which also, like, I've been doing forever. And then something else happened after that. I think I read a journal entry, something from a few months ago. I mean, this always happens of like, the answers have been there. I have like, it's there. It's just time to start doing the work. It's time to start doing it. It's time to start creating new routines. So that's what I've been working on this past week. And honestly, like, I feel great. I feel so happy. And things come in waves where, like, of course, like, I still feel my emotions. I still cry all the time. And I feel like I've always been that way. but I have been holding space for myself and reparenting myself almost in a way of like, when I feel like throwing a tantrum or throwing a fit, or I feel flustered or angry, I kind of start to investigate it, like I would with my kid that I don't have, right? Like I would with a child. Um, or I start taking care of myself or being concerned about myself the way I would if I were a child. Like, for example, I've struggled with feeding myself or making time to feed myself. You know, I used to say, like, eating is a big inconvenience for me because I'm always on the go, I'm always on the move. I don't like thinking about what I'm gonna eat. I don't like cooking, making my, I do like cooking, I do like feeding myself, but like, I'm always doing something and I don't want to stop to eat something sometimes. So sometimes I won't, or I'll eat things that are not good for me. So it was one of those nights where I had like ate breakfast at 10 a.m. and it was now 10 p.m. and I hadn't eaten anything since, and I was starting to feel like a headache or not really well. But then I'm like, oh, but it's 10:30, like it's almost time for bed. Like I should be in bed already. I can't eat a meal. So like I'm sitting there going back and forth with myself of like, what do I do? You know, do I make something to eat? I feel hungry, but I also like there's a rule in my head, right? Also like I shouldn't eat late at night. I'll just go to sleep, wake up in the morning, I'll eat something tomorrow morning. So then I like stop and I'm like, okay, what if this was my kid telling me? So I'm imagining myself as a child or whatever of like, oh, you haven't eaten all day. If a kid told me, or if my child told me that they hadn't eaten in 10 hours and they were hungry, even if it was 10 p.m., like I would still feed them something. Even if it was something small. And I think that's what I did. I made myself half a sandwich, like a small little sandwich, but I'm like, no, you're gonna eat something. I'm gonna make, so I got up and I literally felt like a parent in that moment of like, no baby, you're gonna eat something, you're hungry, I'm gonna make you something, let me get up and make you something. So I got up. I don't even remember what I made at this point, and I like sat down and I ate it and I felt so much better. And I'm like, oh, thank you, you know. And I do that to myself, like when I'm in the car or when I feel myself pushing an emotion out, something that I don't want to feel, something that I'm avoiding, of like, I feel myself, I'm on my way to work and I feel myself about to cry or thinking of a memory and, you know, wanting to block it out and make it go away. I stop and I'm like, no, like, let it out. It's okay. I think I did that in the shower the other day. Oh, it was such a beautiful moment. And it's one of those really like personal, intimate moments, obviously, right? Because I'm in the shower by myself and I live by myself, right? So I'm in the shower and I find myself like holding back tears, as if like, why am I embarrassed to cry alone in the shower? That doesn't make sense. But I was like stopping myself and I'm like, why? Like the only way to see it through is to literally like let it pass and flow through you. So I told myself like, it's okay. And I have to say these things out loud so I can hear it and challenge those inner beliefs or comfort that wound of like, it's okay. Let it out. You can feel this. You can be sad. You know, so then I let myself cry and I let myself listen to the sad music and I let myself sob a little bit and I'm like, okay. And I took a deep breath, and once I feel that and I spend the 2 minutes crying over whatever I'm sad about, I don't have to carry it with me anymore. You know, rather than like pushing it away and be like, I don't want to be sad, I don't want to think about this right now, and going about my day and it keeps coming up and it keeps coming up in different things, and I'll see a sign or I'll hear a song or whatever, and it keeps coming up, because I haven't addressed it. I don't give it space to breathe or to I don't give myself space to express that emotion. I suppress it. So yeah, it's gonna follow me everywhere I go. And I've written about it in my poetry too, where I feel like there's a dark cloud following me, there's a cloud following me. I feel like those are all my emotions just following me around that I don't let breathe. So I've been letting them breathe. I've been letting myself cry freely when I need to. I've been letting myself feel anger or sadness or joy, like just enjoying those emotions. A moment of joy that I enjoyed just this morning. It was so beautiful. And I had a few moments, no cars in front of me, no cars behind me, where I was able to pull over on the side of the road because I saw the cows again. And they were so pretty and they were so close. And I'm like, you know what? Like I was taking some pictures and videos and I'm like, let me just be still. Like there's no one around. I don't have to rush. Like I do not have to rush. Like, yes, I'm on my way to work. Yes, whatever. Like, I'll get there when I get there. And I made it in time. But I'm like, I have a moment. I can be still and I can just stare at these cows and like feel this beautiful day and the wind and just enjoy this moment. And so that's what I did. And all of those things like feed my spirit and make me happy and really set the tone for my day. And I had a really great day today. I did 2 really beautiful tattoos today that I'm very proud of. I did angel numbers on someone, 222, which is so interesting because the universe has been screaming angel numbers at me, right? Everywhere I go. And I feel like anytime I tell people this, they think I'm crazy or I'm silly, but the girls who get it, right? No, but literally, like, I was recording earlier. I looked at the time, 3:33. Open up, 5:55. Like, just everywhere, right? So much in my face. That the universe is literally like, hey, you're gonna tattoo it today, right? But I feel like it's just those little things, and I've always thought this, but those little things that kind of let me know that I'm in alignment, that I'm on the right path, that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Those are like my little reminders. So that felt so good today, and it came out so nice, and she was very happy with it. And then my client after that got a little angel cat from my flash, and it was so cute. And it was one of the first tattoos that I haven't done many stippling shading. I'm still practicing my stippling and shading. So that's what I did on that one, and I love the way it came out. Also this week, I started a new painting, as you can see. This is just the underpainting, but I never do one like this. Most of my underpaintings are all pink, or they're all definitely one solid color. But that one I just really had a lot of fun. And it's weird because okay, tying back into the story that I said of like letting myself feel my emotions when I cried in the shower. I just feel like I have to backtrack a little bit more. Even the playlist felt curated, right? I like to listen to my music on shuffle, Spotify shuffle, and let the vibe, just let the universe pick the vibe, right? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it's in tune, sometimes it's not, whatever. But I love when it's in tune. And when in that moment when I was, feeling my feelings in the shower, oh, the vibes were in tune. Like the songs were hitting, the songs were connecting. Like every song I felt connected to. I felt like, man, like it was really just what I needed to hear. Songs that are like pushing me towards my dreams or pushing me towards my feelings, like really like so incredible. And maybe I'll share the songs if anyone's interested in them. Well, maybe I'll just share them. It was Kendrick Lamar and Noah Kahan, right? 2 of my favorite artists. Gosh, I love them so much. But in that moment where I'm literally crying in the shower, I was crying to Growing Sideways, Noah Kahan, which I usually cry to. And it was right after Count Me Out, Kendrick Lamar. But as many times as I listened to Growing Sideways, and it's inspired a few of my works already. It's inspired poems, it's inspired paintings, and I've sobbed at different moments listening to that song, and I've been obsessed with it for maybe the past 6-7 months. I felt it in a different way, yet again. And the last time I felt it in this way was maybe like September, October. But I'm listening to it and I'm like crying and I'm feeling it. And as I'm in the shower, like letting the tears flow, letting the water hit me and just the music go through me, I see a vision of a painting. I see a vision of this painting. I see it all come together, and it's just like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I gotta do that. I gotta get it out. I gotta put it on canvas. And it like may change. It's still in my head. I haven't even written it down. I haven't said it out loud. I haven't even put it fully, like drawn it out on there. It's still brewing and changing in my head, but I got the beginning pieces of it. So I'm really excited. And I got out of the shower and immediately knew that like, I gotta paint today. I gotta start it. I gotta do something. So thankfully I had this big old canvas in the other room, and I just kind of picked those 2 colors because it felt like the vibe, and just went off with it and let myself be free, and that kind of came out of it. So I'm thinking of working with with the underpainting, working around it, right? So changing the image that I saw initially, because the image I saw initially will go like in the center. But I don't know if I want that anymore. I don't know if I want something very centered and symmetrical. So I'm thinking of like playing with those little shapes, maybe as like clouds or light. And I don't know. I'm gonna play with what the underpainting looks like and let it guide the image. And I'm really, really excited to do that. I see it, but I think I just need to plan it more before I put it on there. One thing that my friend Alex told me that she does, and I need to do more of, is plan my paintings out digitally. It's a tool that helps her out a lot, and it helped me when I did when I painted her bag before she moved. I gotta share that too. Oh my goodness, so many things have happened. So yeah, that helped me piece that together. So since this one means so much, and it means so much to me, and it feels really big, I think I needed to spend the time to plan it. Other ones I've been kind of lazy and just kind of going for it. Would you call that lazy? I guess I wouldn't call that lazy, but I would just kind of going for it and being free and freehanding things and just problem solving while I create. But I feel like that just, I don't know if it takes a little bit longer, it's harder, but I'm going to work differently. I'm going to pre-plan this out. It is going to be very well thought out and meditated. And I love it that there's no rush. Like, no one needs this from me right now. There's no deadline. There's no like, I'm going to take my time with this. Especially because I feel like this has been years in the making. This has been a slow brewing. Like, it is all coming together and I feel it. Like, I feel it of like this project that I'm working on is something that I have been working on. This has all been years in the making and they are all interconnected. And you know what else happened this week? I also got another vision for this painting. I touched this one and I haven't touched that in a year and a half. December 2023, whenever I graduated art school. That was the painting that I showed. Triptych, 3 paintings, opens up. It was supposed to be 5. I didn't have enough time. I was on a deadline. I was rushed. So I just kind of went for it and problem solved as we went. It was planned, but not as perfect, right, and sharp as I would have liked for it to be. But the other day it came to me. I can't even remember now the events that led up to that realization, but that was another realization that I'm just like, oh yep, gotta get the paints out, gotta put it on there. You know, I think I even sketched it out. I sketched it out. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, do you want to see? Okay, no, I'm not gonna get it right now, but I sketched it out. Oh, that one's gonna be so good. So that's just very like loose what I did on there, and that was just kind of like brain dump, and also a way like a marker, like a page marker for me to be like, bam, like I threw something on there. I'm touching it. I'm coming back to it because if I leave it pink the way it was, it feels like, oh, it's done. Don't touch it. But now that I've like messed it up and haven't finished it, I need to finish it. Like it's unfinished and I can't even show it. I was supposed to show it. I was supposed to drop it off today actually for a show this Friday, but I said no because I'm the artist and I can make that choice. I said no, she's not ready. She's not ready to be seen. I just changed her hair. She has a half unfinished moon on the front of her now. So no, she's not ready to be seen. And you know what? I've also decided she's not going to be shown anymore until I'm done with her. And not even till I'm done with her, till I'm ready to show this project. How about that? The last time she was shown was February, last month, for the True Love show. But that's it. I've shown her twice. Now I've shown her twice, not counting the times at my studio. But she's done. She's not being shown until the big reveal, until the solo exhibition, until the finale, until it all comes together. Oh, it's gonna be so beautiful. Who knows when it will be, but I will update you as things change and I get updates on that. So, okay. Thank you. That's it. I'm done. Bye.